PvP, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the YouTube channel Darth Craig. Its continuing mission to explore strange new PvP teams, to seek out new meta and new hero synergies, to carelessly go where no one has gone before. Good afternoon, my dungeon boss brethren. It is another Team Lab Thursday. We are going to be trolling around in some Gold League PvP today, because it doesn't matter. So, fun little fact here. After I did my editorial, the week rolled over. I was talking about how sometimes you take weeks off, and then here PvP comes around, and Bulbous is the PvP reward. I was so irate that Bulbous was the reward that I was kind of sitting in bed. Normally, where I would do my normal routine, do all my PvP Tuesday night. And guess what happens? Because I was so angry that Bulbous was the PvP reward, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do PvP because this is going to be a waste of my time. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I switched games. I played something else. And wouldn't you know it, I forgot to do my guild quests. And so what did that do to me? Well, I'll show you what it did to me. I will show you what it did to me. It took this bad boy here down to 0. I was at like 85 days into Flawless, and I forgot to do my guild quest because I was so irritated of the PvP reward that I broke my routine and forgot all about it. So yeah, I am pretty butthurt about that. Anyways, while I work on that for the next 3 months, I'm going to actually do another one too in the PvP category here. I haven't done this one yet here. The Vengeful. I haven't done this one yet. So win 10 revenge attacks. I'm going to make that easy for you all. So I'm going to go into my Gold League. Actually, I'm not even going to do it in Gold League because y'all probably have too difficult of PvP defenses. So I'll set it up in um, open. I'll set it in Open League. I'm going to set an easy team for y'all to beat in Open League. And go in here, kill my guys, so that I can go back through and revenge you and get my 10 revenge attacks. I'll just pick my 4 weakest people, come in there, wipe them out so I can get my revenge attacks. Please and thank you. Now, on to the Gold League PvP for today. I said it does not matter what we're doing, so we're not trying to win, we're trying to test, we're trying to workshop. From what I've seen in many, many instances of Gold League PvP, frequent flyers that you have Koros, Miko, Agnon, Gretel, bar none, the four most popular people in here. So aside from Gretel being nature, we can handle those mostly with water-based heroes. Thing is, the water-based heroes kind of suck. And so relying on just a water team is a death sentence. So I picked the team that we're going to work on today, just to see if it has any merit. If it can't beat any of the low-level teams, it certainly is not going to stand up to your basically anything that goes with Koros first. Koros going first really sucks because you can't bring in healers or casters. Their first turn is basically lost. So who I got here that we're gonna do? We're gonna try and not change things too much. Um, Here's 3 of those 4 right now: Miko and Koros and Agnon. Lower level though. Sorry for the breakup. I had to cough. Got this little cough now that I'm starting to record. So I got a couple of people. I was looking to see who I have 6 stars. I want to put 6-star heroes in there because I want to have the absolute best opportunity. So fun fact, my Agnon is not 6 stars, so I'm not going to use him. I was also looking at who do I have for gold heroes that I can actually use. Miko, gold, 6-star. Heck yeah. I just upgraded Goretusk. Yeah, great job on that there. I like that. We're going to put him after Miko in case he needs to deshroud anybody. New addition to PvP is going to be Iris. Iris can ignore shrouding, so I'm hoping that in the instance of Koros not going first, um, I could ultimately nuke someone like Miko. Be kind of nice. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter because Iris is not a fast hero. Koros is always going to go before her. Um, it is how it is. Um, on that same token, I want to have a healer in here, but instead of just healing, I'm more interested in the invulnerable buff. So, nice thing about Zen, Zen heals whether he's doing anything or not. So that healing just natively versus needing to use a skill might be handy. Goretusk is going to handle any instances of Gretel, usually, with the exception of Miko removing his taunt. That's okay. But this is the team that I wanted to work with because if we're going against fire heroes like Koros, Miko and Goretusk should be able to handle that. I just wanted to see how Iris holds up in PvP at the gold level. I think I'm going to work her into some silver teams because she's a 6-star silver hero. And Zen's kind of a wild card. You can put him anywhere sees fit. But he is good for silver and gold too. So this is the team that I'm going to work on. Again, we're not going to try and win. We're going to try and test viability. As far as the order goes, I don't know if I want to do Goretusk and then Miko, or Zen and then Iris. We won't know until we actually see how some of these guys synergize with each other. Um, but let's pop off a few of these presumably easy ones and see what actually happens. We'll do a few matches and get a sense of what our outlook's going to look like. I don't anticipate it's going to be very successful. I wanted to pick a team that didn't have a ton of healers or casters just because of Koros, but at the same time, they kind of all do. Um, Being that they don't have any taunters, I should be able to go after Miko first. I do like to try and get Miko out of there first. You try to kill somebody, and he just comes in with his little imposter thing, and it really makes things a pain. I do like teams that usually have Astrid on their team. She is takes forever to kill, but she's also not very dangerous. So here's our instance with um, Koros doing the thing there, reducing energy. That's just how it goes. Eventually, we'll be able to come back around here. So with Agnon out, I'd usually then switch to Agnon full force because Agnon is going to do Terror Storm. And I probably shouldn't have done that silence. You saw the silence went back to Miko. That was just foolhardiness, if you will. Wasn't paying attention. Um, but that silence attack that Miko does is also a pretty powerful attack, so I just did that. Alright, now it's just basically basic attacks to win. We'll preserve Iris just for the sake of doing so. Of course, Ashid can only be hit for so much each turn, so it doesn't matter if we use basic attack or regular attack. It's just a matter of whittling her down. That's why Astrid's so annoying. If she actually did some damage or still taunted as a tank, she might actually be good, but she's pretty worthless right now. So this is going to be just in Gold League in general. I'm worried that Iris isn't ever going to get to do anything because of Koros. Because even with Zen, it's going to take 2 turns in order for me to preserve Iris. Iris generally takes less damage, which is nice, but I don't want to wait until turn 3 just to use one of her abilities, and I don't think her basic attacks are going to be able to kill enemy Mikos. Okay, so avoid the stun by going after that one, and let's empower everybody this time. Hoo-ha, right? I'm sure we'll get to a couple of raids where most of the heroes are actually updated. Again, anytime Agnon comes up, I switch to him. 77 Agnons, pretty decent as far as comparatively looking at. Okay, on the home stretch now, there goes Iris. Expected. I mean, we're going to be hard pressed for Iris to last too long in most of these fights without some synergy happening here. With the taunt, that's another reason I want Zen in there because you get the taunting and the invulnerability. It's a great mechanic. Obviously, we see that with Rayla in Open League. Um, gonna try and see if I can't get that to work. All things considered, it might be that Iris just doesn't fit into this particular team. Because of that, we might want to bring in someone who's a warrior instead of a caster. Being that Zen's already going to get hit with the Koros debuff. Miko won't usually unless they do a Miko first, but I would need to have somebody else to make up for that. Silence. I always like to go silence on Grognog. He's just a pain. You let him sleep a little bit, and then all of a sudden he comes out and he regenerates everyone. It can really catch you off guard if you're not careful. So I'm usually cautious when it comes to Grognog teams. So I'll save one turn there and kill him just because. And at this point here, we'll do the focus on Agnon, for example. And then if Zen, oh, yeah, if Zen can get a turn, but there's Terror Storm, right? There's the take a break. And now we just got to waste time to kill this spare here. I wanted to use Zen on Iris is ultimately what I wanted to do, but it is what it is. We're really crushing it in Gold League PvP, aren't we? Eventually, we will get up to a different rank. But notice every single one of these matches, every single one has had Koros in it. That's just how it is. Koros is probably number one Gold League MVP. She just has to be. The way that she really just spanks out on healers and casters, I'd be hard pressed to find any PvP team that's better off with a lead than Koros. Let's see. Silence on Gretel. Yes, please and thank you. I guess it didn't matter. She must have had protection. Gretel's always a high priority target. Once you get bunnies all over the place, it's bad. It's all bad. So even against a bad team, um, you want to take care of Gretel first. I like using Spitfire against Gretel, but we're not doing a Spitfire team this week, so um, Spitfire might be a good alternative. Maybe running Spitfire and Goretusk now. That could be a thing, but I don't know who the extra two would be. That's the problem. Because we need to do damage. We can't just survive. And Gold League, I almost feel compelled to have some sort of a healer. So I feel like it would end up being someone like Zen, Spitfire, Gortos, because you could still get that nice invulnerability off on one of those tanks. Spitfire doesn't retaunt though, so it may not ultimately work as good as I want. And then I'd have to have somebody to come in and do the damage, which, ideally I would like someone like Agnon, but with mine not being 6 stars, it's always a little bit of a risk there. So you can see the early level PvP is just about having high roster power. You can come in with almost anybody as long as you're not totally slacking. If you haven't fully ascended and leveled up, you should be able to at least get to first halfway through the PvP ranks. Um, no rhyme or reason who to attack here. The only real priority here is Agnon. I try to spread out. So anytime Lorelai's on a team, I try to spread damage out elsewhere early on because I don't want her doing that full heal on someone that I'm trying to kill. So you have to be really temperamental about that. Um, Arcane missiles was a bit of a letdown, but that's likely because of Agnon's buff with the flying. Just how it is. I'm gonna keep trying to work on him. He's gonna terror storm and send me into oblivion. That's just how it goes. And then I'll likely not kill him, and then Bobble's gonna come around and heal him up. We're trying though. It's a good benchmark. If I can't get by simple, just tank and spank healing team, how am I going to get past the superstar teams, right? Uh, all right, so now we can focus on Lorelei. At least this team is mostly leveled up. I know um, Yorick isn't, but I guess we'll switch to Bobble maybe. I don't know. Lorelei doesn't heal much outside of that main heal, so try and take care of Bobble, and then maybe we'll get some skills resetting, and then we'll be better. Um, I'm ultimately looking to hyper beam the hell out of whoever's left here. Looks like it's going to be Yorick. If he's not dead before Iris. Yeah, that's a bummer. I wanted to have Iris in there for the Annihilation Beam. It's a cool skill, but it's so hard to use anywhere but PvP defense or in campaign. Even PvP defense, she's likely going to be dead before it gets popped off. Okay, full team of 80s, not maxed out, but a good benchmark in terms of how this team can fare. So this will be our last one for today. We'll see who can survive and for how long. So we'll try and play this one a little bit smarter. They don't have any of the usual suspects, but they do have. They have Agnon. But the Emily and Baylog combo, you see that a lot in silver. Um, so not going to use. I'm not going to use Miko's first ability here, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to get stuck in a spot where I can only attack Baylog. I would like to be able to focus fire on Emily if I can, and so I need that to be able to remove taunt off of Baylog, um, and then we'll go from there. So we'll do an initial silence silence on um, Dagon just because, and then we'll try and finish him off, and we'll inspire everybody else. Okay. For this attack here, this is a tricky one because I want to kill Dagon because he'll do an AoE, but at the same time I have to kill Emily as well because she's just gonna res him and he's gonna do his attack anyways. So he is not stunned, but he is prone. Let's see if we can actually soak some of that damage. Iris versus Emily, pretty good attack there. There, Emily is 5 stars, not 6, so take that for what it's worth. And now we have the question of who do we save here? Conventional wisdom says Goretusk is probably going to be okay. So I'm going to actually focus on saving Iris. That's one of my ultimate goals, right? Is to be able to use Iris because she's the biggest damage dealer, being a caster. And now with the taunt up, we can do what we wanted to do. Remove the taunt, focus on killing Emily. And then at this point here, we're on some cleanup duty. Actually, not too bad. We're going to get terror stormed, but I think we'll be all right, to be honest. I'll even get my annihilation beam off, I think. Actually, no, I'm not going to make it 3 turns. So I don't know if this one would have went the same if they had all been 6 stars, but I felt good about that not losing anybody. If there's another one of those queued up, we'll take a quick look at it. Otherwise, that'll be it for today. So all 6 stars except for Agnon. Yeah, let's do this one quick, just because we haven't really had much of Gretel. We got Gretel, Lorelei, and Zen. This is going to be an odd one. This is basically a protect Agnon and wait for him to kill everybody type of a team. So it's going to be a unique one because Zen's going to save somebody, and it's going to be the least convenient. Gretel is going to take care of Goretusk. That's what we thought there. Um, without Koros on there, this does give us the opportunity to save Iris, though, which is going to be great for us. Um, this is just to remove shields. I know it's not that critical, um, but removing shields. They won't have any taunts, so we can focus everything on Gretel. which probably is gonna. Damn it. So of course that was gonna happen, but Gretel and Agnon, obviously we have to pound them out. This is just gonna be unfortunate, but silence on Agnon is always welcome. Could have been better, but yeah, this isn't gonna go well if I can't kill them. Because now I'm in this weird limbo phase, like just bouncing back and forth. Do I try to kill Agnon? Do I try to kill Gretel? All the meanwhile, I'm just losing this war of attrition. That's why Gretel teams are so dangerous because you have to kill her, but by not killing her, and focusing on someone else, then she just keeps on doing that, and you know, kind of sucks because Agnon is feared, but I can't get his health down far enough for him to run away. I guess this is going to be our first loss for the night then. That's a bummer. I would have liked to win this one, but said Gretel, you almost have to build a team specifically to handle any Gretel variations. You can't just pick a stock team to roll through a bunch of teams. Certainly not this team here. With Koros on here instead of maybe some others, Koros is obviously a great counter to Gretel, but um, I don't know. I might roll with this team some more this season and see what actually works out. I think just the way the mechanics are, I don't think I can have. I just don't think I can have Iris on there being a caster. It's probably going to be a smarter play to swap out Iris for Koros myself. Um, it's a surprise that I haven't died yet, um, but I'm not winning by any means. I can't kill anybody with two healers there. It's like if I could just find anybody to kill. It's lasting long enough that I could have probably killed Zen by this point. I could just keep Zen alive. Again, staying alive is not the same as winning. It just isn't. Let's do the take a break on the bunny. No, we can't do it. Bummer. That would have been kind of neat to be able to do that, but it'd be great if that depolymorphed them. Yeah, see now we're in a bad spot. And this match could go on for minutes. No, Goretusk is dead now. Yep. Okay, now it's gonna be over soon. I won't bore you with it. You know this is a loss, but that's the team that I got for this week here. So, if you have any ideas how to make it better, if you had to swap Iris for somebody um, besides Koros, maybe dump your rationale as to why. Otherwise, we'll try another gold team another day. But, anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching, and remember, I make YouTube videos for the American working man, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.